a nice one, man. Welcome, man. Hey, welcome back to the channel, man. Uh, Jeep Wrangler. This is a fairly new one too, guys. 2017. Okay. 65,000 miles, guys. There is some form of a fluid leak. Okay. Now, no one can seem to tell what fluid it is that's leaking. Okay. In fact, there's no need for them to do that. That is our job. That is my job. Okay, you tell me your complaint and I'll take it from there. You tell me there's a fluid leak, I will tell you what the fluid is that's leaking. Alrighty, guys. Let's see exactly what is going on under this thing. All right. Wait a minute. Whoa, this thing is bad, guys. Uh-oh. Y'all know where this is going, right? Anytime you see oil on top of the transmission, that's not good. All right, guys. This is not a laughing matter. All right, this is actually a serious matter. So serious, one keep arguing with me how this should be a recall. And guys, I say this all the time, guys. Recalls are put in place for safety issues, okay? And I get criticized when I say this. It's totally not, I don't know. I gotta be sensitive. I gotta be sensitive. So I'm not gonna even say that, but I guess the question keep coming up to me, especially in the live stream. Why isn't this a recall? And where I'm going with this, guys, is oil filter adapter housing. Yes, that's exactly what's leaking. All the oil coming from up there, but whoa, I bet when I pull this, oil just gonna pour out. Watch this. Okay, it didn't do it on that. Yeah, oil is all in the bell housing. Last one I pulled out, it just pissed out oil. But yeah, this one's leaking pretty bad. Oh, how many miles? I can't remember. Did I mention the miles when I brought it in? Oh my goodness, yes. So we definitely need to get that fixed. Look, this is 4-wheel drive transfer case. That oil is leaking so bad. It's all the way back here. So one will argue, why isn't this a recall? And I got in trouble for saying there's nothing unsafe about your car leaking oil unless it leaks on an unsafe item, such as like a hot item, a cat converter. Now, did this oil leak make it to the cat converter? It's not really oil right here. But no, it didn't. So technically, it's still not unsafe. It's unflattering. It's, guys, I'm with you. Don't get me wrong. I'm on your side. It would be unsafe if this oil made it to a hot cat converter, because at that point you can cause a potential fire. But that's not the case here. And again, I'm not defending FCA. I'm just merely stating a fact. All right. If they had a lot of complaints, if they had one issue where a car burnt down because the oil leaking from the oil filter adapter housing was touching the hot exhaust and it burned up, you best believe there'd be some damn recalls. But that hasn't been the case. So, oh my goodness. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's a sensitive topic. I probably would feel different if I owned one and mine was leaking. But it's one of those things that's going to happen. They are aware that it was a piss poor design, and they have rectified that by redesigning it. Okay, revised it. They have revised it. So, yeah, this car needed oil filter adapter housing. I mean, I've seen worse. It's just I'm still amazed every time I see one. It seems like I'm well, how many miles? 60,000 miles, guys. This is a Nag 1 transmission. I'm a big fan of 60K on all the TE transmission, except for the 948 TE, because that's a ZF transmission. But this Nag and all the 42 REs and 62 Ts, things like that, I'm a 60K guy, guys. Okay, Nag, we at 65, I think. It's time to service this. It's nothing different. I mean, the pan still drops and come out. You got to get it out of there. But service your, keep your transmission. The thing you can do, the thing that's in your control, your transmission failing is out of your control from a different perspective. But what is in your control is trying to prolong the life of the transmission by simply performing basic transmission services. All right. Now, It's a 4-wheel drive setup, which means there's a transfer case, which means there's a front differential. Here is the front differential. There's a service interval for it. Okay, so yes, we should service this. All right, now how as far as the rear, don't forget, guys, if you're looking for stuff, 60K, just basically a 60K service. That's service interval for even the transfer case. Okay, here's a plug right here. I think that's the fill to drain is right here. Service your transfer case. I think this one used ATF plus 4. Let's stay on top of that. Let's keep this thing running forever, guys. Do your part. All right. The rear diff. Okay. Fill right here. Drain right here. All right. This is a 2017 model. That's what I was trying to explain to my buddy. Different models, they made this available. Okay. Looks like somebody been back here doing some brakes and some shocks or installing a lift kit. What's been going on? Yeah, this might be a lift kit. Well, they didn't. Yeah, so they had some brake problems. So, guys, I'm going to recommend we get that oil filter adapter housing replaced. How these brakes looks? Yeah, surely if they put a caliper on it, they're going to go in with new pads. All right, so the brakes looking good. At least the rears are. What are the fronts looking like? Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, now, guys, remember when I first started this car, when I spoke about verifying your oil level? This is definitely why I personally dodged a bullet. All right, I'll try to lead by example, guys. Try not to start a car up without verifying its oil level, especially if you're dealing with a complaint such as leaks, oil leaks, or anything like that. This is bad. So now, let me write up my estimate, guys. Y'all see this? See how close that is? Yeah. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. No sense in recording, replacing the oil filter adapter housing. I tell you what, y'all might want to see what's up top. So let's let the car down and see what's going on up top. All right, stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, I got the car down. Now let's take a look at a 3.6 Pentastar. Let's take a look, see if anything visible. Yes, guys, you can see oil all down in the oil galley. It's definitely coming from the oil filter adapter housing. So let me write up my preliminary estimate and see what pushes through. Okay, so guys, yeah, I'm not gonna film replacing that. I have tons of footage. I might, it all depends. So well, look what showed up, guys. All right, guys, we've been down this rodeo before. Look at this, guys. That's what they're doing now. They're combining the upper intake with the lower intake in the same bag. Okay, here's the part number if anybody interested. OEM seals. Okay, you got the upper intake as well as the lower intake. And unfortunately, you have to remove such intake in the event you're about to replace the oil filter adapter housing. Now, I'm not gonna insult you guys and bore you guys with a simple repair such as an oil filter adapter housing. I know that is beneath some of y'all. Okay, I'm joking, guys. Number one, y'all know I can't film tutorial videos. Number two, I have tons of these videos already out on record being recorded, so there's no need for me to do it. So we'll just discuss some things. There's really not much to talk about, guys. This has become common, and it's unfortunate, guys, because like I say, other than this and the ticking rocket arms, this Pentastar engine would have been a major success. But it's just these two little items are plaguing this engine with bad press. And the saying goes, Pentastar ticking. Okay, it's going to be hard to, although the Generation 3, it's going to be hard for that engine because it's not in as most models as it is as the Gen 1 and the Gen 2 are. Somebody asked me the other day, they said they had a 2017 Wrangler. Did they get the updated rocker arms? I said, those rocker arms has since been revised since 2017. But when somebody asks me stuff like that, I try to respond in a way that they won't panic, because I don't. And I always say at the end, just do what you're supposed to do, and your engine should be fine. In other words, maintain your car, change the oil when you're supposed to, keep an eye on that PCV valve. In fact, don't even worry about keeping an eye on it. Just replace it at 30K. Do your plugs when you're supposed to. Make sure your oil is lubricated, or your engine is being lubricated by way of keeping the oil change at the proper change intervals. Okay, this is a VVT engine, and oil level is crucial. So if you got oil leaks, it needs to be repaired as soon as possible. Now, what is we up to on this? What is this? This is AF, guys. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Some models, some of the okay, that's the older ones, post 2017. They up to AH. So there's two different types, guys. One for the Gen 1s and one for the Gen 2s. So all oil filter adapter housings are not the same. That's why when people talk about the Derman is not available for the Gen 1 Pentastar. In other words, the 2011, 12, 13, things like that. I think they start at 14 and up, okay? Because this is made different on the first gen Pentastar. That's why a lot of people are having a hard time getting a Derman, because it's not available for your year model, right? But this is a Gen 2, so Derman would have one for this, but I much rather install, I don't care what y'all say, I much rather install nice, good quality, revised, that's the key word, revised OEM, or for the adapter housing. Look at the seals on this thing, guys. Look how much they poking out. That is a nice, woo, y'all see how thick that is? This one will not be leaking for a while. Now, these seals are in the kit. Y'all remember the one I did? I caught myself overhauling. Watch this video right here. It was my own personal car, so it's okay for me to try that on my own car. Turn out it wasn't a success. Okay? I mean, I don't think it was leaking from where I put the new seals on. I think the housing, there was a stress crack somewhere in here. And on top of that, watch this video right here where it's my same car. I ended up taking the cooler off and found there's 2 O-rings inside here. But they do not come in the O-ring kit that Mopar sells. Okay, so I would like to dub that an incomplete O-ring kit. You give me a bag and it has 5 O-rings in it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know there's 2 more O-rings under here. Well, why would you do that? Like, that's incomplete, dude. Give me every O-ring. If you're gonna call something an overhaul, you want to go in and replace everything that's wearable, such as seals. Seals are going to wear. So had I got the 2 seals in here, who knows if that repair would have been a success? We'll never know, because I'm semi-scarred for life now. I don't think I would try to overhaul one again, because I got burnt on my own personal car. And there's nothing like doing something twice, guys. Oh my goodness, that irks mechanics. Oh, you got to do it again? Oh my goodness. Even if it's your own car. This was my own car, my journey. All right, guys, like I say, I'm not going to bore you. You know, I will not insult you guys out there by, look at JT replacing an oil filter adapter. He wasting my time. No. Although this is no joke, guys. The Wranglers are the hardest one. I don't know why. I think they got too much. I think they got a lot of, look at all this stuff. All this got to come off. And on top of that, I have to climb up here. So I had to build me some stairs. And you know what? Uncle Mark was saying something about this. I wanted to use my new light I got from Harbor Freight. Watch this video right here, guys. I went Harbor Freight shopping. But I wanted to use it on this, but I forgot this was a Wrangler. See how I got the hood? Yeah, so I got the hood resting on the, the windshield frame. So I don't need it. I can't use it on this, but yeah, I'm going to do a review on my little light, $35 light. I think it was a neat little buy. I might say so. Yes. Guys, I'm not going to bore y'all. Why am I still talking? JT, shut up and do some freaking work. So, guys, this all they bought. All right. Yes, I wrote up other things. Remember, I told y'all, look, car is over, guys. This car has 60,000 miles. There are some 60,000 mile service intervals related to a Jeep that's 4-wheel drive. Remember, if it's a 4-wheel drive Jeep, there's a front differential, there's a rear differential, There's even, you guessed it, a transfer case. Okay, yes, you need the transfer case to transfer the torque to the front and the rear. So that's 3 services right there. Now, we all know an automotive shop cannot survive off mechanical work alone. That's why it's in your best interest to upsell needed maintenance. Let me put that word in there, needed. Don't just sell stuff just to be selling. I mean, look the car over. You bound at 60, 70, 80,000 miles, you bound to find something. The brakes may be low. So just a piece of advice, guys. Let me go. I didn't even want this to be a complete video, but I'm at my max 8-minute mark, so this is neat. I'm already on the lift. Let me let it up, guys. Actually, I need to leave it down, don't I? All right, I'll tell you what, I'll see y'all on the next video, man. Guys, I appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for watching.